back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast, where today we are talking NWA Saturday Night on TBS from May the 19th, 1990. This is the evening before the next big pay-per-view, Capital Combat and Robocop. We've been talking about it for weeks now. I'm sitting here with Doc and not Hardbody Harper, although he should be here. I'm going to throw it to Doc, and I'm sure he'll tell you why Harper should have been here 10 minutes ago. Doc, how you doing?
Oh, I'm great. Apparently, the superstar has a log of shit logged up his ass.
Well, you're not telling the full story about the text message we got like 25 minutes ago.
Oh, we got a text message. Hey, y'all want to start early? And man, we scrambled the jets. We're like, you're damn right we do. We always want to start early before my buzz wears off. And he's like, all right. And Mike, how long did we sit here waiting on Harper?
We're at about 12 minutes at this moment. In the time that
and
he
there's
wanted
two
to start
groups
early.
of people listening to this. There's half the group that's sitting out there going, why is 12 minutes such a big deal? And then there's our people that are like, holy shit, I would have murdered him over 12 minutes.
In fairness, when you have a wife and you have children, you run on tight schedules most of the time. At least for me, I do. And that's how it works. Anyway.
Time is money, pal.
Time is money, brother. How you doing, Doc?
I'm doing. I can't tell you how good. I can't tell you just how great I am doing. It is phenomenal. 16-1 is in play.
What?
It's a 16-1. The Cowboys.
What are you talking about? Huh? Who?
So look, I don't know if we have any listeners that are big Panthers fans, but I do know we have a Giants fan out there, Thog. Y'all gonna get dealt with on Sunday. That's all I'm saying. 4-1. We're gonna whoop that ass. We're gonna come in there with our slingshot and kill the giant.
Slingshot?
And, David and Goliath, the giant.
What are we in? The Stone Ages right now?
Yeah, I'm biblically tied down. We're sitting here. We're feeling good. We're the Cowboys. We're America's team. We cut a starting linebacker just this week. We're shedding the fat. More playmaking opportunities for our other linebacker, Vander Esch. It is all coming together, brother.
It is going to be so enjoyable when Aaron Rodgers finishes off your team again in the playoffs this year.
That you won't even be rooting for that because you don't like him either. Now, here's the thing. Back in the old days, we used to have to consider a wellness check for Jaworski. But I think we need to redirect the services down to Tennessee. What do you think?
Are you talking about the little fella in Half Pint?
The little fella down in Nashville. I mean, I fully suspect to get a report that he's swinging from a pier up in his attic, man.
To be fair, the little fella, I don't want to give it away because it's a Patreon show. He had some very high, very, very, very high predictions and bold predictions for the Tennessee Titans this year, and which one of them was not losing to the Jets.
The Jets, dude. That's got to be sure money.
Man.
That's bad news. Now,
he was hurting. He was hurting.
It's
sent
always
me an email.
Yeah, well, it's always better when we come in here and everybody can.
I don't know what the hell just happened to you, but you just
LSU
disappeared.
did the job, and then your Saints did the job. Is that correct?
I have no clue what you're talking about, sir. You're breaking up on me.
You don't follow football?
Huh?
What?
How about those Pelicans?
Oh, that starts up soon too.
Yeah.
So
Lionel's fat ass. We'll get him to break a few. We'll get him to break a few boards in the court, like wrestlers break boards in wrestling rings. So that's going to be another.
Sports is treating us well. I mean, I can't tell you. We text and how much sports viewing of sports adds to our puts some pluses in our mental health column.
It's a distraction. That's what
From
it is.
From what?
From life.
Why is your life so
It
bad?
is a complete distraction, which is exactly what everyone needs nowadays.
Kind of like this show, right?
I totally agree. It's been a complete distraction for the last 6.5 years. We're about 6.5 years in, Doc. Did you realize that?
Jesus. Getting
By the
away
way,
from us, Mike. Yeah,
almost 20 minutes waiting on a superstar.
Nope.
Mister, let's start
No
early.
superstar. Um,
I got one for
I
you.
really don't. I'm at a loss to what to say about this.
So,
First
real
of
quick,
all, if his text from 15 minutes ago was "I'm pooing," how long does it take?
I don't know. I take a dump like a dog, and what that means is, I don't circle for long. I plop
You go out in
down.
the backyard and you go out in the backyard and hunker down.
Not really. But you know how most dogs, like, I mean, especially older dogs, like, they got it all down. They're not a puppy or nothing. They just find their spot and go. Dude, I plop down, bloop, and I'm done. Wipe, wash hands. I'm in and out of there, bro. 90 seconds max. I don't need to sit there and, I mean, unless I got some problems in my gastrointestinal tract where I got, the squirts or something. That's one thing. But just every day, bloop, 90 seconds, wash the hands, I'm out. I don't know what kind of log he's dropping.
Yeah, I told you it's like a football coming out sideways.
Ridiculous. Yeah, I'll try to add him again while I'm trying to add him because, I mean, he's showing on. But shout out to Disrespectfully Classy Marky Blassie, Mike Childry, Joe Ice. Thank you for your generous support each and every month on Patreon. No new Patreon members this week, so please get on it. Remember, the only way you can get our Patreon review of Capital Combat, which Harper is supposed to join us for that one, and he normally doesn't do the pay-per-views with us, but he's supposed to join us for this one. You can only get that on Patreon at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. He's been talking about this Robocop thing for weeks now. He's evidently got a promo to cut or something to say about it, and we're not going to let it happen here on the free show. It's going to happen only on Patreon, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. You can subscribe there, become a Patreon member, get access to not only that pay-per-view, all of the pay-per-views we've done, all of the Clash of Champions we've done, the World Class shows, any of the live streams that are obviously not live, they're recorded and in the can, but they're all available there for you to become a patron. And there is the superstar, Doc. He's finally on.
I got it now.
All right, where you been?
But the fucking computer's been being a dick.
Uh-oh.
Y'all recording?
We're on.
It's already
Yeah,
rolling.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm just tired.
I can tell.
World's
Yeah, 'cause
got you down?
I mean, reality's got me down, but I mean, fucking welcome to the club.
Well, you got to kick out
Yeah.
or something. I mean, at least you don't root for the Titans.
What's wrong with that?
They lost to the Jets.
Oh.
I'm afraid Harper's not okay.
It's crazy how the Jets, like, what was that, like 10 years ago? They were in an AFC championship game and they were doing hot, and then they just totally just dropped off the fucking map.
That's what the Jets do.
Yeah. So, Mike.
Yeah.
Did you watch the new Saints of Newark?
I haven't seen it yet, but Doc's seen it, and he had some questions for you, or he wanted to.
So I think
what
we need to do here is try to tread lightly and not give away plot points and spoilers, but discuss sort of what our take is.
Okay.
So you have categorized this movie, and let me see if I've got this correct, as trash.
I don't know, man. I guess I was expecting so much, and it's just like, come on, bro. First, well, I don't want to give it away because fucking Mike didn't see it yet,
and all the other listeners.
Well, that's their problem.
Okay, I think a lot of people have seen it based on what I've seen in the Facebook group in the last week.
Because it's on fucking HBO Max. Just hit play.
A lot of people have seen it. So look, fast forward through this segment. Go to the next timestamp if you don't want to hear it. Go ahead, y'all talk about it. Y'all ain't gonna ruin it for me. I mean, the only thing I do want to say one thing. I think with a series as great as The Sopranos, having not seen the movie yet, it's kind of hard to live up to the greatness of that. You know, I know
Yeah,
it's a prequel,
Big problem.
but
that's a real
you're
big problem.
you're grading it against greatness, and
Right.
I
Yeah.
think that's very hard to do. And I just don't know how. I don't know how you can do it. I think Better Call Saul's kind of got a similar problem, although it's a series. You know, with
Well, I
Breaking
like
Bad.
Better Call Saul.
I do too, but I actually think Better Call Saul is fantastic. But
Yeah.
I think with this, it's a movie. Better Call Saul is a series, so they give you more time to tell the story. With this, it's a movie before, and I think it's just really hard. You're comparing a movie to a series, and you're also comparing one of the greatest series ever to the prequel. It's very hard. You know, you got a real hard curve you're grading up against. But go ahead, Doc.
Those things are all true. So immediately, I said this felt like a 2 hour episode of The Sopranos. So I like it, but it's not going to be as good as the show. And now it didn't play like a movie. It played like a long form episode of the show. And so that's weird.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I felt like they tried to shoehorn in everybody so you could see everybody at their younger age, and you didn't need to see necessarily Artie or Paulie or Big Puss in the movie, but they were trying to like tie them together.
I thought Pussy was more closer to Tony's age.
No kidding.
But in this movie, he's like, he's grown and he's a kid.
I also thought that Gandolfini's kid doesn't look like him as much as he looked like Randy Quaid.
Like Randy Quaid.
Yep.
I don't know.
Okay. Junior is a foul motherfucker, huh?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
Junior
mean,
didn't give a fuck.
I also read that they're interested in doing another movie.
Oh God, it's gonna be like Star Wars.
Well, maybe the Sopranos should go to space.
Yeah, maybe the fucking Clone Wars and Jesus Christ.
And they're
Ugh.
trying
Wait.
to bring in one of the writers, Terrence Winter, to attach him to it. And he said, absolutely.
I have a question,
yeah.
Doc. When you say a movie, what do you mean? Like another prequel, or what? When you say movie, please explain
Like,
timeline wise.
Yes.
A sequel to the prequel,
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
if you will.
If you will, baby.
All
So I enjoyed it. So the thing of it is that I enjoyed my 2 hours sitting there watching it, but nothing is ever going to live up to the standard that's already been created. And the other problem is like it or not, and had he lived, he would have struggled, I think. It's hard for me to see anything Sopranos related and not see James Gandolfini.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure his ass might have been really severely typecast for the rest of his life.
Right. He's like Christopher Reeves. He was always Superman.
Right. There ain't nowhere to go after you've been that character.
Right.
So I thought it was good. Y'all have mentioned the inherent problems here.
Well, I had two questions where.
Go ahead and say if it's something specific, Harper. I mean, I already
Okay.
told people to fast forward to the next timestamp if they don't want to hear it.
When Christopher's dad is going to prison to talk to I assume that was his father's twin brother that was in
Yes.
jail. Why was he doing that?
I think he was struggling with the fact that he was fucking up.
Well, they didn't explain, like, why was he going over there?
Because he said, because the character, Ray Liotta's character said, "Why are you here?" Because he knew it was bullshit too.
Yeah.
You ain't come to see me in 25 years. Why are you here now?
And when his fucking mistress, the Italian chick, is sleeping with the black guy, I'm thinking, bruh, in 1970 whatever,
That seemed a little illogical.
this chick married into this world where if you fart wrong in front of somebody, they slit your fucking throat. So she's gonna sleep with a black guy in the fucking 70s. And not only that, the black guy is her lover's rival. You think she'll be that fucking stupid?
She was kind of dumb, but no. Nobody's that dumb. Right, Mike?
I don't know, man.
You
World
were
is dumber by the
It
day.
irritates
and
me
Mike
because
is not.
I think
Let Harper go ahead.
I think they did that because it's fucking HBO, and they want to be,
Woke.
right, woke and diversified, and that's why they threw that in there. Because I'm thinking this woman wouldn't be this stupid. In the 1970s, she's gonna sleep with a black guy that's this mobster's rival. Where like if he found out, she's gonna disappear. Like how
And that's
fucking
what happened.
right, and that's what happened.
Well, nobody likes interracial play more than Mike. So what do you think about that?
I need to see what he's talking about before I can really assess it. But I mean,
Okay.
it makes sense on the surface when
I
you.
thought Christopher's dad, that guy was a Dickie Moltisanti that guy was awesome.
Yeah. And Paulie was just kind of like a walking stereotype
Yeah.
of like every Italian gangster movie. It was almost like, remember that shitty Jerky Boys movie?
No.
Well, he reminded me of one of the mafia guys from that. That's just like a big stereotype of like, hey, how you doing? Yeah.
I thought that the Polly being included that way was the worst part of the movie.
Yeah.
So you think younger Paulie, wasn't portrayed right?
No.
He was a walk-in, like it was almost like a comedy thing. Like he was just a walk-in stereotype of a typical Italian mafia guy.
And he was so uncentral to the basic plot that he was just there so that everybody could feel good about seeing their favorite characters.
Mm.
So like
Yeah.
Phil had an actual part of the story.
And I love how they show him bald. If my girlfriend goes, "Who's that?" I was like, "That's Sil. He's got a comb over."
Wow.
And then they show him when he's older, he's got the wig on, and they kill a guy, and the guy knocks his fucking toupee off.
That was funny. Now, Mike, we do see a brief shot of Carmela.
Yeah, she's in it for like 2 seconds when she was a teenage girl.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So you need to. Do you have plans to watch this, Mike?
Yeah, at some point.
At some point.
I'm trying to manage a podcast empire.
Empire.
I'm
Hey,
trying to,
let me just
work
say
a
this.
shoe job.
I don't want to get too far into this, but it has become abundantly clear to me over the past few weeks that the three of us are the biggest baby faces in podcasting.
I think so.
That's just proof that if you stick around long enough, good things will happen to you.
Yeah. We sleep good at night.
That's right. Hey, look, we're above board.
That's right. I feel like a good guy now.
I know, I do too.
It's amazing not having any type of criminal record and whatnot can get you nowadays.
Yeah.
We are the biggest babyface, non-drama, independent, no-ad podcast in the wrestling business.
And
it ain't even close. So,
by miles, right?
Speaking of people causing problems, when is Arn Anderson going to get canceled?
For what?
There you go. That's the right answer. Did you see his promo recently on AEW?
No. What'd he say?
Well, basically, what I think happened is he came out and cut a promo on Cody, who, while trying to be one of the biggest baby faces in the wrestling business like us, is actually one of the biggest heels, whether he wants to be or not.
I told Doc before we started recording, I don't watch it minute for minute. So again, take what I'm gonna say as as is. I fast forward through a lot of this stuff, but I've seen his entrances the last couple times, and to me, he's hitting the RVD pose like he's this great baby face, and he just comes across as a schmuck, a prick, just someone who can't read the room at all. It's actually funny to see him hit, like, just thinking he's so over as a face. And I was like, Doc, you think he's doing it on purpose and he really knows he's pissing people off? And Doc's like, no, he's hitting the RVD pose. He thinks he's all that. And and Arn cut this promo on him and talks about pulling his Glock out and putting a pistol to his head. And honestly, Doc, until you told me, do you think people are going to call for him to be canceled? I still don't know why you're saying that.
Just because everybody overreacts and we can't have heels anymore. Because basically, Harper, what he said was, maybe in the Rhodes family, if you got carjacked, you'd be like, oh, please don't shoot me. Here, take it. Let me get out of the car and blah, blah, blah. And when an Anderson gets carjacked, they reach down and grab their Glock and put it to their head and pull the trigger.
Oh, that's why those memes were popping up?
Yeah, that's why I sent you the one where it's like Arn sounding like Warren G, right, from Regulators. 16 in a clip and 1 in a hole. Old Arn is about to make some bodies turn cold. Like, that's why I sent you that one, because I saw that one online. I thought
because his name isn't his name Brock? His kid?
His kid, yeah, but that had nothing to do with that.
That's what I thought, like, because like Glock and okay, that's what I thought it was about.
Which got
me. Basically, he's telling Cody, you're losing to Malachi Black, the old Aleister Black. I'm an Anderson. We're winners. You're a Rhodes. You're a loser. This is how you be a winner: is you stand up for yourself and you make things happen.
Your father was
and I'm
a
like,
loser.
And my thing is, it's the first time since he's been on screen in AEW that I've seen that I saw some fire, and it actually felt like a real Arn Anderson and not some old guy that's trying to not get fired and keep a check.
I got to ask Harper a question. Harper, I told Doc off air, Arn definitely doesn't look like a Glock guy. He looks like a 357 revolver or something.
Yeah.
You know, he had one of those revolvers in his car in the 80s or something.
He's got the old Smith & Wesson police issued revolver from like 1982.
I guarantee you that's what he was carrying in his car. Oh, man. And when I say not a Glock guy, obviously, I mean, look, back in the day, those, like Harper said, those were police issued when I'm thinking about those revolvers. That's why I'm saying that. All right. Doc, anything else? What else?
You said you had something that you would like to share with the people.
Oh, yeah. So I sent this to Harper. Now, Harper, I told him via text, I said, you know, the Saints actually have a lineman, and his last name is Throckmorton. And I was tipped off to this by my friend who has a Saints podcast. And I said, Harper, look up what Throckmorton means. Or I may have even sent him the actual definition of it. And so Throckmorton refers to something known as John Thomas sign. And it refers to when the penis points in the direction of a unilateral disease, typically of the pelvis or hip.
What?
So Throckmorton is
points in a direction.
Yeah.
It's got a mind of its own.
Yeah.
Mine always has.
Oh, whoa.
So anyway, Throckmorton sign it's a slang evidently used humorously in the medical community. So I need Dr. Blassie, if he hears this, to reach out to me and tell me if he's ever heard that before. Anyway, I chuckled because I was like, what? Anyway, this is this guy's last name. Can you imagine that? and people in the medical community, they see your name and they just start chuckling. And you're like, what the hell are you laughing at?
Well, people in the wrestling community see your name and start laughing. So,
yeah, sure, whatever you say.
So this says the cock
what
is attracted to fucking STDs. It goes to it when it shouldn't.
Where did you get that from?
Because you said the cock points in the direction of the STD.
It's not necessarily an STD.
Well, what is it?
Yeah, what is it?
Well, I guess it technically is one. I guess. Look, I'm not a doctor. I'm just repeating what I saw online, okay?
Doc's a doctor.
Yeah, but I got this nonsense sprung upon me here. Just because I'm a doctor doesn't mean I need to make spot diagnoses here. Throckmorton. It's also a town in Texas.
Well, there you go.
Wonder what their problems they have there. Everybody's walking around with their what?
All right, let's get started on the show. How does that sound?
He's right about this. This is weird.
What? Right about what?
The penis points in the direction.
Well, there you go.
Ugh.
It's like a hunting dog. There it is. Back out. LZ's hot.
It's a poon pointer.
On that note, let's talk Saturday Night on TBS from May 19th, 1990. If you're listening
whoa. No. Here it is. It's a joke in the field of radiology. So it's like a penis visible on the X-ray points to the same side as like if you had a broken right leg, then your dick's pointing at the right leg.
See, that's what I was saying. Like, it doesn't have to necessarily point to where.
Yeah, it's not about dribbling goo from dirtiness.
Yeah.
It's like you either have a positive or a negative. If it's pointing away, then it's a negative. It seems real stupid, but I don't know.
I never said it made much sense.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
Well,
on that note,
speaking of things that don't make sense, let's talk about Robocop.
Well, we go to May 19th, 1990, Saturday Night on TBS, and the show opens up where we see Jim Ross in the parking garage or the area of the D.C. Armory in Washington, D.C., where Capital Combat is taking place later tonight. Let me play this clip now. This is how the show starts. Here it is.
Severe knee surgery for the Stinger. And then just a few weeks ago, the Horsemen threatened the Little Stingers, the youngsters that support this great athlete from Venice Beach, California. Since that time, Sting has enlisted the aid of Robocop. Now, we don't know exactly Robocop's nature. Just a second. That may be them now. It is. It's Robocop and Sting. Let's get a shot of this. Can we get a shot of that through the fence? I know we're not supposed to go in there, but man, we need to. Let's get closer. Let's get closer. Come on. Let's get a shot of this. Come on, guys. We just want to get one shot. We just want to get one shot. One shot, please. Fans, I hope you're seeing this at home. Robocop is here with Sting. Robocop is here in the armory. Just a minute, guys. Please, one shot. Robocop is here with Sting.
Well, those cops really were doing their job as they smiled at JR, trying to push him away. Doc, what are your thoughts on the opening there where JR, we actually see Robocop and JR's chased off by the cops?
It was a smart idea to do it. The production was god-awful.
Yeah, because it makes you go, oh, I got to order this shit. He's there, for real.
But it was schlocky and cartoonish. And much like the guy on my screen now says, today, Corny says, everybody involved with that should be ashamed.
Harper, your thoughts?
I showed this to my girlfriend. She's like, what is this? This is Robocop. It's like, what the fuck is this? It's like, he's with Sting. It's like, why? Why did this happen? It's like, I don't fucking know. They were trying to promote the second movie. And she didn't believe me that it's the actual actor.
Okay, so
Isn't it?
So she believed that you made $50,000 a month, but she didn't believe that RoboCop.
I made
was
it cheap
Peter Weller.
today, but you made it in a sleazy way by doing a podcast once a week. Yeah.
once again, I had always known that, or had been under the understanding that it's the actual actor, but there are people out there now saying it wasn't. So I don't know. Corny, I believe he said on his show years ago, he was there, it's RoboCop. It was the real guy. But there's also reports that have seen there it wasn't. So who knows? I don't know. That's all I can say at this point. Could JR confirm it? Maybe somebody needs to ask him. On that note, we go to center stage for this week's show, where Cornette and Gordon Soley are on commentary. Corny says we're going to head straight to D.C. by flight as soon as we wrap up today with this show. And then Gordon reminds us that cable companies are standing by to take your call so that you can order Capital Combat 90 on pay-per-view. This show, as he says that, I just want to point out, it's kind of basically an infomercial in many ways to order the pay-per-view. Yeah. Everything they do this week, the matches aren't nothing. They're just playing replays, have a couple promos. I'm going to talk about Arn Anderson's promo. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, it's literally an infomercial. And I want to leave it at that. Harper, any thoughts before we go to Calloway versus Brian Johnson?
Yeah, this episode was like, remember when they used to have on the TV guide before the pay-per-views, it was like a preview you could watch, and it was like a recap, and he used to have that one free-for-all match. This was kind of like that, but instead of one match, it was like 3 or 4.
Nothing but an infomercial.
Yeah.
Well, we go to Mean Mark versus Brian Johnson. Mean Mark is going to win this with the heart punch. You just saw him do it just now. And he hits Johnson with it, and there's a delayed reaction to selling it, and then he kneels on him and pins him. Doc, any thoughts on Calloway, as our friend the D-Man calls him, getting the win here?
I thought this match was very meh.
Yeah.
Of course.
I had this a hard punch.
Yeah, I also thought that Undertaker looks kind of like a big, tall Chris Benoit at this point in his career, in the face.
You mean Calloway?
Whatever. The champ.
All right. Harper, any thoughts on Calloway here?
No.
The Ruse Slam of the Week goes to the Steiner brothers. They show that segment. Then we go to a recap of Lex Luger and Ric Flair and their feud. We go over what happened at Wrestle War 1990. Again, here's the infomercial part. When Luger had Flair pinned, but the ref was out. And Luger also put Flair in a torture rack, but Luger put Flair down so that he could go save Sting, who was on the outside being attacked by Ole and Arn. Flair ended up winning that match by countout because Luger was outside of the ring for 10 seconds. We are then shown the Louisville Slugger segment that Luger interrupted that led to Luger being attacked by the Horsemen. And then we go to Worldwide from a few weeks back when Wyndham came back and Luger's match with Flair was interrupted when Ole and Arn went after Luger. Again, big old series of recaps here. So I'm going to keep moving. Doc, you got anything before I keep going to the next segment we got to get to?
I don't think so.
All right. And why is this timestamp off here? Oh, no, it's not. I just clicked the wrong one. All right, from there, we go to a promo. We got the Four Horsemen. Let's hear what they have to say after that series of recaps with the Luger and Ric Flair feud, who are going to battle in the cage at Capital Combat.
As I've said so many times before, tonight, Washington, D.C., Capital Combat 90. It's the Horsemen over here. It's the cage here. It's Luger, Sting, and Robocop. In your case, Luger, it's the cage, which means blood, sweat, and violence at an all-time high. Just the way the Horsemen like it. All right.
I can't believe it. Can you believe it? Look at the Horsemen at full strength. Flair, Anderson, Wyndham, and the big man to take care of Robocop, Sid Vicious. What about it, Arn?
You know, they talk about the boogeyman, they talk about science fiction, so you got Robocop, the guardian angel. If you want to talk about science fiction, we've got the real boogeyman on our team. Tell them, BW. The demise of Sting and Luger is at hand, because what we have amassed right here is the full-strength, industrial-strength power of professional wrestling. And the big man right here is going to take care of any slack that we can't handle. I don't think we've ever had a 6'10", 350-pound horseman, but we got one now, and guess what? He's custom-made, he's bad, he's mean, and tonight's Capital Combat 90, we're gonna blow the roof off the building. Woo!
All right, Doc, I'll go to you first. Your thoughts there on the Four Horsemen?
It's the Horsemen, so it's really hard for it to not be good. And I thought Rick was good. Ole was yelling, which I prefer him to be quiet. But we're trying to hype this pay-per-view, so I guess I get it. Arn was good. It's weird because I love Barry Windham, but they really need that third Horseman to be shorter so that Sid Vicious looks taller. Because they're pumping up Vicious as the big tall man, and he's only like 2 inches taller than Wyndham.
Harper, what you got from it?
Well, and the last thing is, it was smart to not let Sid talk.
I agree on that. Harper, what about you?
I was just thinking, Arn, watch out for those fucking scissors, man.
Come on.
Watch out.
Why would he need to watch out?
I mean, look at it. He's right behind you. Don't turn around.
This was the moment when I'm thinking, Arn's got to be thinking, man, I'm really talking about RoboCop here in this promo. And because he said something about science fiction.
Yeah.
It felt like a little shot at the whole RoboCop thing, but maybe it's just, we've got hindsight. We know what happened, but yeah, I'm just thinking, oh my God, he's digging in right here. He's got another one later where he tries to really sell it, but that was what I had. Anything else, Doc or Harper?
No.
All right, let's go to a quick one now from Lex as he's talking about the cage match.
You know, it's just a few short hours away. The adrenaline's already starting to pump. I can feel the energy flowing through my body. The talking is done. The Four Horsemen and Lex Luger have been going at it for a year and a half. But there's one thing that remains constant. That is, there's always been outside interference, whether it's JJ, Tully Blanchard, Ole, woman, it doesn't matter. There's always been outside interference. This time, I've got you in a cage, Ric Flair. You against me. Clothesline versus figure four. Man versus man. And if I can't beat you in a cage, in the middle, I will never ask for a world title shot again, because this is the first time and the only time that I've finally got you the way I want you, and that's in a cage, you versus me.
Well, all right, Doc, thoughts on Luger right there?
I like the fact that he is the opposite of the Horsemen were yelling and telling everybody what they're going to do. And he was quiet, so I like that contrast there. And he doesn't have to carry the ball on the interviews. His job is just not do anything stupid or, give a Sting-like promo. So I think, what? Show me the lies. And so I think Lex gave this the proper gravity of the situation that it deserves, and he did his job there.
What'd you think, Harper?
Yeah, I mean, Lex played it over.
He did. You're right, Doc. He brought it down.
Yeah. He brought it down and kind of made it sound more serious and dangerous, and I finally got you where I want you.
Remember that song?
What?
Got you where I want you.
Oh yeah. Remember that, Mike?
No.
Who sang that song?
It was a
I
band
don't
called The
care.
Flies.
Okay. Got you where I want you. One of those like late 90s bands
Yeah.
from when I was going to UNO.
But here's the thing. Like, you could not know, Mike, and that's okay, but why does it seem to make you angry?
Yeah. Got you where I want. Yeah.
Y'all
I
got
was
some
walking
nerve
around-
telling me what makes me angry. Go ahead, Harper. What were you about to say? Walking around UNO doing what?
not knowing what the fuck's going on. Half drunk.
Thought you went to Delgado. Now you went to UNO?
Well, yeah. Okay. I got my associate's degree there. Then when I got
Mhm.
that, then I went to UNO.
5-star
And it-
athlete for the Delgado Dolphins.
And then I played football for UNO.
He's a tri-state prospect.
Thank you.
Next, you're going to tell me you went to Suno and played basketball.
This water polo.
He went to Southern University of New Orleans and played basketball. I can't with you, man. Oh,
Golden Knights. I played the Golden Knights.
Look it up, everybody. Just go look up Southern University of New Orleans. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to say nothing else. Harper was a basketball player there. Yeah, right. Okay. I've got nothing else. I thought Luger was good. He brought it down. I should say what I really like about it is you got to be amped when you're going into any type of sporting competition, but you also have to play with some control. And I think, to me, Luger shows, okay, I'm ready and I'm amped, but I also can't be too amped, because if I'm too amped, I may make a mistake. I'll do something I shouldn't. So there's got to be some control within being wired and ready to go. And that's kind of the impression I got from him. Well, speaking of something that'll wire Harper for the wrong way, we see a segment with Norman. He's being nominated for the A&W King of the Slam Award of the Week. Vote yes or no?
I actually called and voted fuck no.
Oh, there was an option for that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you must have dialed the 6053 last
Yeah.
4 digits instead of the 52 or 51.
Dude, I had one of those the other day, accidentally.
An A&W?
A&W cream soda. Yeah. I thought it was the A&W Zero, because like
Did you go straight to diabetes?
I was like, oh my God, I forgot how good this shit tasted.
And
Straight sugar.
I used to drink those by the 12-pack.
Yeah, I know. So did I. And I drank half of it. I said, I can't drink this whole goddamn bottle of this shit. It's just like eating. It's fucking liquid candy.
It was like your cheat day.
Yeah. So I'm a heel, so every day is my cheat day.
Hey, not only, since we're talking about time, we need to all be ready to use the BTT Amazon link so that we can get Sasha something nice, because it's her birthday month.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Good as Chanel.
How far into this are you?
Who,
Far
me?
enough. No, he's
No, I
talking.
mean, a month is 30 days. I mean, you're only 6 days in.
She killed me when she told me that on the last day of September. She's like, you know what tomorrow is? And my immediate response was, don't say it. It's not a birthday month. It's literally a birthday. You're born on a day in the month. I said, that is bullshit. That is something that women made up, and it's bullshit. And my mother-in-law walks in the kitchen, and I said, I bet your mom even agrees with me. And my mom said, yeah, that's some bull. She didn't curse, though. It's one day. This birthday. Next thing you know, Hopper, they're going to be calling it their birth year. Like, it's a day. What do you want, a birth lifetime?
And then when they go to the bars, people pin dollars to their fucking shirts.
Oh,
It's like, why?
God.
For what? Why am I
God.
giving you money because it's your birthday? You're not 6 years old and I'm your fucking grandma.
Hey, when you call these people on shit like this, like birthday month, what the fuck's that? They're going to say something like, Oh, I'm just extra.
Extra stupid.
That's their new term.
No, not just that. I don't even think they say that. They act like something's wrong with you, like you're the problem.
But some people know they're extra. That's code word for annoying.
No,
Yeah.
it just
High maintenance.
There you go. Not the
They
kind
act
of,
like
not
you're the
kind of
problem.
broad you could take to the Waffle House on a Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
Like you're no fun. You're just a buzzkill. No, you're a birthday,
curmudgeon, Mike. You're a curmudgeon.
Sheesh. God. Let's keep moving. The Royal family take on Rocky King and Rick Ryder. Yes, the Royal family, Jack Victory and Rip Morgan, they win quickly. The only note I had from this was, I got another laugh when Lord Littlebrook is putting the boots to Ryder at the end of it. That's my notes. Doc, what are your thoughts?
I fast forward these matches.
Yeah.
Really?
You just want to think shit like this is gone. I see it again. It's like herpes. Like next, the Cuban assassin's going to pop up or something.
Where's Ranger Ross?
Yeah, Ranger Ross is going to pop up.
Apparently, Bill Irwin is still in the promotion.
Oh, Bill Irwin, Ranger Ross. Yeah, they're not gone. All right, here's another ad for Robocop and Capital Combat. Harper, save your thoughts until next week when we review it.
Here's my question. Can we get the audio there?
What part of it do you want the audio from?
From the beginning. Yeah.
I may have to edit it off for the YouTube version. Here, let's see.
Horseman, you've threatened me. But you made a big mistake when you started messing with the little stingers. So before you make your next move,
think it over, Creed.
Capital Combat Buddy, the return of Robocop.
Okay. Two things.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Robocop a better promo than Sting?
Come on.
Just saying.
Do you want an answer to that? Because I have got no answer.
Okay. And I don't know if we've talked about this, but how is this the return of Robocop?
Because it's for Robocop 2.
Yeah. There was already a 1, remember? Or
Yeah.
the original movie. So he's returning.
Right.
To the wrestling ring.
Well, yeah.
I mean, technically, no. That's the dumbest part of this. There's no wrestling. It's not even.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know what a high bar you have to clear to be the dumbest part of this?
I don't want to say any more because I'm sure we're gonna wear this out at the pay-per-view. We're gonna wear this out.
85. Who gets the Rolex? I mean, there's so many contenders for the dumbest part of this that
this is the dumbest. This is the dumbest when you think of like the celebrities that were like added into shit. This is the worst one because he can't do anything.
It's so
Why don't you just run up and tip him over and run away?
Yeah, fucking tip him over and he's like a turtle.
He's there like a doodle bug.
It's gonna curl up into a ball, just roll around.
Boy, I can't wait to cover this pay-per-view, folks.
Oh,
This
boy.
is going to be phenomenal.
It's going to be an all-timer. Again, tinyurl.com/Patreon BTT, man. We're going to have fun with
We're
the
getting
Robocop
Harper
portion
in
of it.
there. We're clearing our calendars. It's going to be on.
It's going to be on. All right, let's keep moving. The next match that we see is going to be Mike Rotunda with his first mate, Norman, versus Pat
Yep.
Rose.
Hold on real quick. When they come out of this and they go to the ring, I like the way that they're doing the graphics on the screen now, showing the match.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. ECW used to do that kind of.
Yeah, I know. Right
And it's
here.
different.
Yeah, it's nothing fancy, but it's different.
And when they do something different in WCW and it's not a colossal abortion, we have to celebrate it.
Well, sometimes they misspell the names. Don't forget that. But
Well, there's always that.
so I'm not calling Norman the first mate. Actually, Gary Michael Capetta during introduction calls Norman the first mate, and here's Norman trying to hit the hula hoop. Harper had an aneurysm when he saw that. Corny mentions a bunch of the matches we're going to see at the pay-per-view, so make sure you order it right now. Order it. Put the phone down and order it. For us, go to patreon.com. I'm sorry, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT and sign up and become a patron. Rotunda's going to win. Harper, any thoughts from Norman and Mike Rotunda here?
I love how Gordon Sully mentions that he went to Syracuse. I was like, I wish somebody would tell him that.
The captain right now, though.
Yeah, whatever.
What do you think of Norman's hula hoop and attempt at hula hooping, Harper?
Dude, first I'm like, bro, I see him take it. He's going to spin. I was like, if this motherfucker does this, and it just falls to the ground, I was like, yeah, that's what I expected.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
That hula hoop falling to the ground is exactly encapsulates my thoughts on this entire run.
Well said.
Just dropping to the ground. My exact note, Mike, and you'll appreciate this because it's something we use for times like these. First mate Norman, GTFOH.
GTFOH, you ain't lying.
It's almost like he was trying to grab a foreign object right there, right?
Yeah, Pat Rose.
No. We are now in the part of WCW where that would need to be called an international object.
Okay.
Yeah, he was. Pat Rose was going for something in his trunks when Norman distracted him. I got nothing else. Like I said, Rotunda wins.
Great.
Great, yeah. All right. Well, we keep going. The next match is going to be the Samoan SWAT team versus John Rayner and William Bell. And let me go fast forward to it. Doc, did you have anything from this?
Wait. So we're the SST again?
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
I think we talked about this. I was like, yeah, we're the SST again.
Oh.
Everything was airtight, brother. Come on now. I mean,
well, in this match, did the brother ever wrestle?
No.
He never got in?
I don't think so.
Well, no, at the beginning. In the beginning.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
I don't know what John Rayner's got on his head. Go ahead, Doc.
Well, my question is that if one of those jobbers didn't get in the ring, does he still get paid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see it over some of the things I've heard recently about some of these old promoters. That'd be a way to have somebody on the card and not have to pay him.
Well, unless he agreed to work for free. But no.
People really do that?
Hey, you'd be surprised.
I guess.
Harper, what the piss is that on the back of John Rayner's head?
That rat tail thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got a rat tail.
Chicks dig rat tails.
Dude, by 1990, wasn't that out of style?
It was never in style.
No, I mean, you know what I'm saying. People were wearing them in like the mid 80s, but by 90?
Sting has one.
No, not by this point. Seriously. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know what the hell that was. Somebody messed up. Yeah. You think that was supposed to be, I think it was supposed to be a power slam, and that guy just botched that. Rat tail guy botched the power slam. What were you saying about the rat tail though, Doc?
Nothing good happens with a rat tail.
Nothing.
Imagine if your daughter came home and her boyfriend was some fool with a rat tail.
Oh God.
You know my 16-year-old's got a girlfriend.
Does she have a rat tail?
No. No.
He's got a girlfriend.
Yeah. She came over here over the weekend.
All right. Well, here's the thing. We need to know.
She watches WWE.
Oh, no.
Well, you don't have to worry about her trying anything.
That just means he can tell her all the lies he wants and be boring as hell, and she'll believe them all.
Yep.
So, does your son share the same tastes in women?
That's nice.
I'm trying to say this delicately because we're talking about kids.
I'm not gonna. I'm not going to do this with minors, okay?
Yeah.
I'm
Minors.
really-
Well, you let
yes.
them date. That seems inappropriate.
Dating is one thing. They're 16. I mean, I didn't know that was illegal in America, so we'll leave it at that.
Do you want me to tell the people what happened to my daughter at school this week?
What's that?
Prefer that you don't.
Okay.
You might not want to put that on the air.
Okay.
Just saying.
Well, does his girlfriend know that you used to wrestle?
Yeah, that's a good question. You should come in. You should come in your Mike Vick jersey.
Come here, bitch.
Come on.
Wow.
Harper.
Holy crap.
It's a headlock takeover. Go.
Wow.
Just come in and slap your upper arm a couple of times and go, you want to see how this really works?
You know how Iron Sheik is, you know how he's doing in 89 and 90 when he's slapping his chest during those promos before he's cutting his promo. God, this promotion really needs the Iron Sheik right now, but that's another topic. But you come into the room slapping yourself.
Did you all watch wrestling in the family room together?
No.
Just
No.
sit around and eat some Chex Mix and watch some wrestling?
I mean, I was watching whatever college game was on. That was it. And they were in the living room, but, you know, I'm just doing my
Don't let
thing.
them go back to that room by themselves, Mike.
Yeah. You got to keep the door open.
Of course. Like I said, I've already said enough about the situation. I'm not going to talk more about minors at this point, related to, you know.
Oh, he goes to school with her?
Yeah, they go to school together.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's not just, you know how you said with your nephew, you know, you can't hump the Xbox? I mean, so he's,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, that's
he's
good.
putting on cologne, taking a shower, running his game.
That's probably
you know what I
the
mean?
best outcome of all for you is the shower.
Yeah.
Well, can he drive or he's got a license?
Dude, he's got no ambition to drive yet, which is crazy. And it's not just him. A lot of kids nowadays are like him, I'm finding.
Really?
Like, he doesn't even want to drive yet.
Oh,
Bro, they got all the entertainment they need at home.
I guess you're right. That's what I was about to say. There's no reason for him to leave.
Bro, we used to have to leave the house to find entertainment. They got every streaming service.
Harper had the Sears catalog.
YouTube. Yeah, I mean, the Sears catalog, you know, it worked for the Jaworski every now and then, but I mean, you still have to leave the house to entertain yourself. Bro, these kids now, they have every form of entertainment on those PlayStations, Xboxes, streaming services. The world is at their fingertips. So there's are they driving? Not really. But anyway. All right, let's keep moving.
The driver's license was the key to a whole other world. Bro.
Oh,
boy.
Yeah, bro. Once you got those keys, bro, you grew a pair of fucking wings, bro.
Yeah,
It's like you were a fucking parakeet stuck in a cage, and all of a sudden someone like just opened up the fucking cage and you flew out the fucking door and you were just free.
Dude, he's not lying. He is so right.
You just go
will
to the
never
mall.
forget.
You want to go to your buddy's house. Oh, fucking, you know, just go do whatever the fuck you wanted to do.
Man, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was nothing. Oh,
Dude, a friend of mine, his dad was, you know, wasn't really in his life, so his dad tried to make up for it by buying him shit, and he bought him a brand new fucking silver Camaro, dude. It's like fucking 16 years old. It's got a brand new fucking Camaro.
Jesus. Wrong thing to do.
That's the wrong thing to do. So we live in what some people refer to as the rich part of town. It's not.
Fucking place.
But it's kind of the rich part of town. And we live by the high school there. And every kid in that parking lot's got a nicer car than I do.
Thoughts and prayers, dog. That might be their parents' car, though, Doc. Come on.
You know better than that.
Anyway, yeah. All right, let's keep moving. I agree with Harper, boy. The world becomes your. Ooh, it's at your fingertips when you get those
Imagine how
keys,
good
man.
home must be these days if a car is not something you want.
I get it, but I don't get it as well because while there's lots of forms of entertainment within a house, man, being able to drive yourself to places is a beautiful thing.
Bro, we're so used to being stuck at home though for the past year and a half. Because like last night, Harper, I went to a concert. Is he still there? He's gone.
Yeah.
Harper's
No,
gone.
he's not.
He's gone.
Is he?
Yeah.
What the hell happened to him?
His computer. So I went to a concert last night, and I was driving there at like 8:30, and I was just like, I'm not used to being out this late ever. Because we don't go anywhere. On the weekends, we don't go anywhere because we got to get up early the next day and go to more sporting events.
Yep.
Yeah.
There he is. What happened?
I don't know. The fucking internet cut out for some reason.
Fucking Zuckerberg, dog.
Yeah.
It's that Spectrum. Okay. Continue, Doc, or whatever you were saying.
So I went to a concert last night, Harper.
Really?
Yeah. It has a wrestling connection too. I went to go see Bob Mould.
Bob Mould?
Yeah. He was the singer in Husker Du in the 80s, but somehow he got on the booking committee of WCW in the late 90s.
What?
It's all true.
Bob Mould.
Mould. There's a U in there.
MOU.
SC. And
There he is.
yeah. But I was out late last night, and I just don't like it anymore.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
It's really going to hurt my ability to get down to the next X-rated.
Speak for
But I'm going
yourself.
to work on it and see if I can't get there.
The Southern Boys defeated Ned Brady and Joe Cruz. The finish looked great. Smothers holds up nasty Ned, and Steve comes off the top rope with that missile drop kick. We see the angle from the floor. We looked at it a second ago in the video version, and it looked really good. So Southern Boys win with what Corny tells us is the Georgia Jawjacker.
I thought that's when you...
Go ahead.
You know what I loved was when Cornette says, well, I'm from Kentucky, so when I see the Confederate flag, I got to stand up.
Yeah, he had some appreciation. I thought that the Georgia Jawjacker was when you punched your broad and then made her suck it.
Oh.
So you're making fun of domestic violence now, aren't you?
Okay.
That's real classy of you, Doc.
You know what I need?
Urban Dictionary.
I need a Smothers promo.
Wait. You're on Urban Dictionary looking at it, Harper?
No, let's see.
Look it up.
What
I'm
is
going
it?
to keep...
Georgia Jawjacker.
Yeah, look it up. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to recap the next segment, and we'll come back to you once you find it. So the Southern Boys win. We then, after that, get a recap of Sting and Flair, their feud, I guess if you want to call it that. Gordon Soley throws us to the bad blood with them. We see the clip from the Clash in Corpus Christi. That's when Sting messed up his knee, put him out of commission for a while. We then get another, another clip from Wrestle War 90. Once again, Flair and Luger with Sting on the outside. They showed this earlier. I don't particularly like all these recaps, but it's the right thing to do if you're trying to sell the pay-per-view and recap kind of all the excitement that's going on between all these guys. So, hey, it's pushing. They're trying to sell. They're trying to get the buys up for the pay-per-view. It makes a lot of sense, and that's that. But other than that, I mean, did we really need to see all the replays? Not really, but it worked.
You see him limping.
Yeah, Sting comes off, and then he's limping right here. Did you find it, Harper?
I got Jawjacker. Jawjacker is someone who has indulged in too many drugs, causing their jaw to swing side to side.
Oh,
possibly grinding involved.
That's not too bad.
I got, jaw jackets. We can talk down to someone, like a jaw jacking.
Yeah.
But I got Georgia Jawjacker, Bullet Bob popped up. I did, that's the first thing that pops up. Just Bob Armstrong.
Well, Steve used that finisher. Maybe Bullet Bob. I don't remember.
Does he have a Throckmorton?
Does he have a Throckmorton?
What?
I got a question for y'all. So as we keep going, the Andersons are cutting a promo. I actually like this promo from Arn here. Before I play it, or do you want me to play it first? I want your comments on what Ole and Arn are wearing. Specifically Arn afterwards.
Well, those have my notes, so you're good. Let's play it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's listen to it. Specifically Arn. I think he's good here trying to sell this nonsense.
This, the 19th already. Tonight, Capital Combat. Luger, all these weeks you've been just thinking about what it's going to be like when you get here. Well, you and Sting and Mr. Robocop, you don't have to wait any longer. It won't be a few more minutes. And we'll be out in that ring, and Capital Combat is here, live. And we still got a few more surprises. Me, Arn, Barry Windham, maybe even another one. I'll tell you what, you get ready. You're going to watch the most exciting thing that you've ever seen right here at Capital Combat.
A lot of kids are sitting home saying, a dream has come true. Robocop is going to save the day. We took just a small amount of time and analyzed it. If it's human, we can hurt it. If it's a machine, man-made, man can destroy it. And if it's something sent from God, if it's a guardian angel sit down to look over Luger and look over Sting, then it's predestination. We didn't have nothing to do with it anyway. But gentlemen, the way we analyze it, it's half human. All it is just a support situation for Sting, who's trying to support Luger, so it's called the domino effect. You got one strong guy, one less strong, one a little less stronger. But they're all leaning on each other. We don't lean on anybody. We stand alone. The horsemen are an island unto themselves. You'll find out.
I mean, Arn's working here. He's trying. If it's human, we can hurt it. If it's a machine, we can destroy it. I mean, we need to give Arn credit right here for really, really, really trying hard to sell Robocop. Doc, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think you have everything that needs to be said about the content laid out for us. But these two clowns were dressed up like... So does Ole ever change clothes?
No, he wears one pair of fucking clothes, and that's it.
He's had those suspenders and black shirt on for months now, it feels like.
And that's okay. But he's not the issue here. Arn looks like he ought to be about ready to be sitting beachside with a fruity drink, about to sing the Pina Colada song.
Yeah, a Sweet Caroline.
I posted this picture on Twitter some time ago, and they look like the two uncles that show up at the barbecue for a few racks of ribs and beer. They just look... I mean, Ole, like you said, he looks the same as he always does with the suspenders and a black shirt. Is that like a flower pattern on Arn's pink shirt? That's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah.
It's got a real yacht rock vibe.
Yacht rock.
Oh, and then, the button all the way down to the third button being open just sets it off, too. And he's got the glasses on. I've heard Arn say his glasses back then were those transitions. That's why sometimes they're dark. He's cutting a promo. I don't know if y'all knew that. This fool wore transitions in the 80s In 90s, well, this is 1990.
What's transitions?
You know what the hell that is. Don't be stupid.
What is it?
What is it?
Look it up. Transition lenses, okay? Because I think Doc's trying to just be an idiot right now because this is what he does.
That, like, they get dark and then they get clear?
Yeah. Go outside, they get dark.
No clue what that meant, but, you know.
Bullshit. You're full of it. It's like when you tell me, why is Doom doing the Road Warriors finisher? And I'm like, well, you already know this.
They don't do the Road Warriors finish. It's completely different.
But you got to ask it every single week, and you'll do it again next week or whenever you see him again because it's what you do because you're a troll and a jackass.
Wow, I don't think I deserved any of this.
I do.
I didn't legitimately. I've had 20/20 vision up until the last 2 years. Now I got to have some readers. I don't know what glasses do or are or any of this shit. So
you wear readers now?
Well, I can't see anything close up.
Well,
what's that? Why are you making fun of my disability?
First off, I'm as blind as a bat unless I have contacts in. But that's a topic for another day. Harper, what did you think about these two here?
It looks like he should be ready to sing Jimmy Buffett at some shitty fucking some place called
Trader Vic's.
Crazy Crabs fucking Crab Shack or something for fucking karaoke night on fucking Wednesdays.
Is that
and
place?
Ole looks like he did this promo. He's got to hurry up so that he can go make some collections on some delinquent payments.
Harper, is that place in Slidell, Bimini Bay, still open?
Who?
Wasn't it called Bimini Bay?
I don't know what that is.
It was a bar in Slidell. They used to the joke used to be they called it Bimbo Bay.
I don't know.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we could have our broad. What is it? Our BTT Broad Bash.
Wow.
There, all the broads come in town.
The broads are back in town. The broads are back in town.
On looks spectacular, and on that note, we'll keep moving as we near the end of the actual review of this show. We then go. The last thing we see, and again, credit Arn, he's selling it. He's selling Robocop, half man, half machine. He can't try any harder to make this legit, and he deserves credit for it. So call your cable company now. And for us, go to Patreon and sign up so you can get the review of it with Harper. We are moving right along. We go to the next match, the last match on the show. Tommy Rich, Eddie Gilbert, and Johnny Ace. What a combination versus Dutch Mantel, Samu, and Lee Scott. Jesus. I'll go to you first, Doc. Any thoughts on this?
Well, we've said that we thought that Lee Scott deserved a little bit of a bump. It looks like he's getting it there on some degree, which is good for Lee.
Boy.
Johnny Ace has to be near the end here.
I think he's around for a while longer.
I
can't remember. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. But this is definitely a weird combination. Rich and Gilbert, not so much, but Johnny Ace being with them. And, boy, he drags the team down.
Who?
Johnny Ace.
Yeah.
Terrible. It's just terrible. So, anyway, it's just weird. The end of the match gets cut off. I don't mean it's like chopped off of our episode. I mean, the show comes to an end. The match is still going on. Cornette and Soli, the very last thing they do, remind us, hey, order the pay-per-view. Call now. We're out of time. And we get no resolution to this match, so I don't really have any notes on it because
Did you really need some?
No, I didn't. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling the people out there.
This is the equivalent of your starting pitcher having to eat innings. You're going to take one today for the bullpen.
I think I agree with you, and I hate when I agree with you.
Gordon Solie at one point called this an Australian tag match. I didn't understand.
Yeah, what's that mean, Harper?
I don't know.
You're in the business.
An Australian tag match?
Well, hold on. Doc, you're the industry expert, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
No,
just because
no.
I'm covering events. I mean, if the champ tells you to go out and guide your guys through an Australian tag match, what are you gonna do?
I'm like, what?
I thought that comment Doc was about to go somewhere else, and I had my Darren voice queued up. Well, what the hell, Harper? I mean, come on, man. Talk about Bruno, talk about GYD. Bro, what the fuck, man? Come on.
You could hit somebody with a didgeridoo.
Well, what is this talking about doing a Jaworski all the time, Harper?
Yeah,
Harper,
really.
Did you see that meme somebody made?
Yeah.
When Darren was eating the octopus.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Woo. All right. So anyway, that's how the show ends. We really didn't get many promos, only a couple, 3 of them. I told Doc earlier today, I'm giving my Rolex to Arn because, 1, there's really nobody else to give it to.
Right.
2, he sold the hell out of Robocop, as terrible as that is going to be when we review it. So I'm going to give mine to Arn right now. Rolex goes to Arn. Doc, what do you have?
I wonder what would happen if you went back and you asked the Horseman right here, or let's say the night after of the pay-per-view, after it was over, back in the dressing room. So, you guys still miss? You guys miss Dusty yet?
Well,
What do
he
you-
comes back.
Well, you
yeah.
realize, but my point is, they were frustrated with Dusty at the end because they thought, he was burned out and always putting himself over. And even if that's true, is it better than fighting RoboCop?
Yeah.
That's that old thing too in business, Doc, where you might have some complaints, but then you got to keep it in the back of your mind. It could always be worse.
We could always. There's always. We have not hit bottom yet, and we won't.
Yeah,
There's always a new bottom.
Yeah.
New bottom.
and so at the end of the Dusty era of booking things, yes, you're right. Lots of frustration. I mean, heck, the fans were frustrated. They were cursing him out in the studio. And he told that woman, sit your fat ass down and get the hell out of here if you don't like it, or whatever he said. So, I mean, like, there's legitimacy to people being frustrated, the Horsemen being frustrated. But then you got to realize, well, damn, a corporation takes us over, and boy, we really are scraping the bottom now, and it's really worse than what it needed to be. So it's kind of again, it's just one of those things. You just remind yourself, not just for wrestling, for everything, it could always be worse. So, Doc, who are you giving your Rolex to?
Man, I think Arn Anderson's going to get it. I mean, RoboCop was in there for that promo he cut, but I'm going to say Arn.
Harper?
It's got to be Arn.
Gotta be. All right, we need to rate this thing. Before we do so, I want to remind you, please use the Amazon Associates link. The holidays truly are not that far away, and you can use our Amazon Associates link by going to tinyurl.com/bttamazon. That's tinyurl.com/bttamazon. A great way to support this show without spending anything extra. If you're already shopping on Amazon, you can use that link. The show gets a little bit of support in return. Give that link to the wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, side pieces, whatever you have in your life, and tell them to use it. Like JBL Objective said, our friend on Twitter. Put the link in the browser for them. tinyurl.com/bttamazon. A great way to help support the show. Doc, we need to rate it. You go first on the rating. What are you going to give it?
This is really hard because this represents a real shift in how they promote their product. And I get why they do it. We say we're here to rate what we see, and we fast forward through these recaps. But in 1990, I wasn't seeing these pay-per-views. I would have wanted to see those cuts that we saw in this episode. So in 1990, I would have loved this episode. It would have been off the charts to get to see Flair and Sting and down in, Clash and whatever. It feels different now. I'm really struggling with this one. I'm gonna say it's a B.
Oh God.
Harper doesn't sound happy. Harper, what are you giving it?
A C?
I agree with Doc. I think you gotta put it in the context of its time, and in the context of its time where none of us were seeing the pay-per-views and maybe rarely seeing the clashes. When we did get a replay, it was time well spent.
We didn't even see the whole match at the end.
That was another good thing.
Oh,
I mean,
well, yeah.
Did you really need to see the end of that 6 minutes?
How many times did Mid-South go off the air with it blowing up?
They did. Well, not just that. In the early 80s, they went off the air with just bullcrap enhancement matches, and it just was what it was. But you're right. In the UWF era, they would go off air with it hitting the fan. But, I mean, my thing is like what you said, Doc. We didn't see that stuff back then, so it was refreshing. And I give them credit. I mean, this show obviously would probably not happen the way it happens now, where they're pushing call the pay-per-view, call the pay-per-view, call the pay-per-view. And I know some people still do literally call pay-per-view, which is crazy to me, but for wrestling, but they do it. I mean, so that for what it was in 1990, this was a textbook way to do it. So I'm going to give it a B+. Not because you got to take it for the context of the time that it's in. And showing those replays, pushing the pay-per-view was the right thing to do for the company. Now, Robocop is stupid. More on that during the pay-per-view, but we'll get to that. But for how they did it and not what they did, it's two different things. How they did it was right. What they did, we'll talk about that next week. So I'm giving it a B+. So, Doc, you gave it a B. What'd you give it, Harper?
A C.
Wow. Well, on that note, I do need to remind you all to reach out to Hardbody Harper, get a video shout out, life relationship advice. All you got to do is email him to chrisharper16wildcat@gmail.com. That is in the show description. Also, PayPal him $20 to cc30388cc@yahoo.com. If you need props, make sure you include the cost of the props when you send him his PayPal money. I know Harper is still waiting on the what is it called? The meatless Whopper?
Yeah. Oh, I did that last night.
Oh, you finally got it done?
Yeah.
Okay, so they had it. They had it.
Yeah.
Finally. Wow, it's been over a month, but
I
God
know,
bless
huh?
America. They finally got it.
Yeah.
What's
for
it called?
real.
The Impossible Whopper? That's it. The
Yeah.
Impossible Whopper. Good deal. So if you want a shout out, remember, email Harper, chrisharper16wildcat@gmail.com, and PayPal him cc30388cc@yahoo.com, and let him know what kind of shout out you want, life advice, relationship advice, the shout out to your friends, all that good stuff can be done there. Doc, let me throw it to you before I formally wrap this up and see if you've got anything else.
I'm ready. I've been waiting all day for Sunday. I'm ready for the Cowboys to go to 4-1, on our way to 16 in the win column. I'd like to go ahead and just reach out and say, I'm sorry, T-Hog, for what's about to happen.
Boy, your soul is going to be crushed when they disappoint you like they always do. They are setting you up for a bigger failure.
Well, I'm not a curmudgeon like you. I'm an optimist, and I'm looking on the bright side.
Industry expert. Gotcha. All right, let me take care of a couple things, and then I'll throw it to Harper to see if he's got anything else. Shout out to Our Vantage Point, the Retro Wrestling Podcast with Joe Murata and Michael Quinn. The northern version of BTT, slightly classier, a little bit more professional, but still fun nonetheless. They support us, please support them. And also check out the Bottom Line Cast with Mike Prue and JV. They handle our ECW show on the Patreon feed, and they do a show on the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Harper, you got anything else, or are you ready to roll?
Let's roll.
All right, let's roll. Hit the tagline, Harper.
Fuck, bitch.